Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about Twitter, ticker TWTR. Twitter, back in late October, the stock dropped considerably, about 20% after Twitter missed on the top and bottom line. Uh, the management team talked about industry headwinds, and numbers were disappointing. They're increasing capital investment, but they weren't able to monetize um, their monthly active users as they would have liked. Same with the daily active users. And they warned of more headwinds in the future here until about 2020. So the stock got hammered as of in the late part of October, and so at first look, Twitter might look like a buy. We consider anytime a stock gets whacked 20% or more, you might say, hey, wow, this looks like a buy here. But and the technicals would say right now, I mean, the RSI is very low. It's at 26, which is extremely oversold. But it might be for good reason. A lot of the institutional investors are likely getting out, or are likely selling some of their holdings. So if you're thinking about making an investment in Twitter stock, might be careful. Take a look. We might have this might be a falling knife. Those of you that don't know what a falling knife is, it's when a stock, it might look attractive because of a big decline in the stock price, but in reality, there's good reason for it, and there might be further declines in the stock. So this chart here is over the last 360 trading days, so it's about the last year and a half, since about May of 2018, and I wanted to show you guys. I had noticed a pattern here in the chart as of the first part of August of 2018. It did a very similar, had a similar price pattern. So you can see there in late July, the stock got hammered again, and it plummeted. Um, you know, from about 42 down to about what was that, about 30, 32, 33, kind of in that range. And then at that point, it may have looked at a buy, and if you looked at it, the stock did rally up from about 31, 32 up to about 36. But see, this is kind of the danger at times. Is there was a little short-term upward move in the price there from August of 2018 to September, but then you can see from September to about middle part of October, the stock went down further from about 36 down to about 28. So it fell below, right, that initial decline in the price. It fell even below that, so it fell another $4 after that initial decline. So, and then it took it a while to rally back up, and I mean, it took it until about May of this year until it even recovered. So that is the like today, if we look at, hey, what's the future price pattern going to look like for Twitter stock? It may be something similar to that, just because these price patterns, especially with a volatile stock like Twitter, it kind of history tends to repeat itself. And again, when that happened back in the late part of July 2018, Again, the stock rallied and then it declined further. And so, looking at this, I would be hesitant to purchase Twitter right now, even though it might look like a buy, just because I want to see, some more price action and have, confirmation on a price trend. And I just don't see that right now. The other thing I wanted to point out is that you can see here, based on this 360-day chart, that again, you see the red line, which is the 50-day moving average, is about $37 a share. The 50 days, the 200-day moving average of Twitter stock is about $36.66. So if we get any more decline in the share price, that could be a bearish sign for the stock, just because that if the 50-day crosses below the 200-day, it's considered to be a bearish trend, and there may be further declines in the price. So that it looks like it might hit. You can see there on the rectangle on the right hand side of the chart that could happen. If that does, there might be further sell-offs in the stock. So might be a death cross looming. Again, it had just experienced a very similar pattern, as it did, about a year and a half ago. So, again, if you're considering an investment in Twitter, I would I would probably hold off, and if it were me, I would wait to see a further price confirmation, just because we don't know exactly, what's going to happen. It tends to happen where you get a big gap down in the stock price, and then you might see a little short-term temporary rally, but then a lot of times you can see that stock fall even below where that initial sell-off was. So that's kind of what I think is happening here with Twitter. Again, I could be wrong. Stock might rally for a while, but I think overall, might be seeing kind of a bearish trend here with Twitter stock. So, hope this helps you guys, and thanks for watching, and look forward to seeing you on a future video.